Hey, welcome to EMAMA platform. If you just signed up, or you've been poking around and things aren't quite clicking yet, this walkthrough is for you. We're going to go from a blank screen all the way to placing your first trade. Step by step, no theory overload, no fluff. By the end of this video, you'll know how to read the market through EMAMA's lens, build a properly filtered watchlist, and execute both single and group orders with confidence. Let's get into it. First things first, we need a watchlist. Think of it as your workspace. It tells the platform which assets to track for you and across which timeframes. Everything, every indicator, every filter, every alert runs relative to this list. Go ahead and open the settings and create a new list. Now, you could manually pick every coin and every timeframe, but for this walkthrough, let's skip that. Hit Template and select Default Binance from the Pro tier. This gives you 6,000 closes of chart history, which matters. A close here is the same thing as a candle close on a classic chart. 6,000 closes means 6,000 candles of data behind every calculation. That's a lot of context. This template also gives you a solid pre-built set of assets and timeframes that covers most of what you'll need day to day. You can always customize it later once you know what you're doing. Now let's set up a demo account. This lets you practice everything we're about to cover without touching real money. Go to the list selector, hit Create a new trade, select Demo, and set it to $1,000. That's your sandbox. Use it freely. Quick note on going live. When you're ready to connect a real exchange account, head to Credentials in App Settings. Plug in your Binance or Bybit API keys, and make sure you've whitelisted our platform IP on the exchange side. The full step-by-step for that is in our FAQ. It takes about 2 minutes. Alright, let's look at the main dashboard. The first thing you'll see at the top is the Birch matrix. Pay attention here, because this is one of the things that genuinely sets EMAMA apart from anything else out there. The matrix is a grid. Each row represents a time frame from your list. Each cell represents 1 minute of time. The color tells you one thing. Was the market averaged across your entire watch list, above or below its moving average during that minute? Light means above, dark means below. That's it. Simple concept. But here's where it gets powerful. Let's say the market crosses above its moving average on the 4-hour chart, holds there for 5 minutes, and then drops back below. On any standard charting platform, you'd never know that happened. The candle closes red, and that brief cross is invisible in the history. Birch matrix catches it. You'll see 4 light cells on that row, and then dark again. Every single state change is logged minute by minute. Nothing gets compressed into a single close value and lost. Why does that matter? Because those brief, fleeting crosses are often early signals. They tell you that momentum tried to shift, and whether it held or failed, tells you something real about the strength of the current move. Glance at the full matrix and you immediately see which timeframes are in sync, which ones are transitioning, and which are stuck in a range, across your whole watch list, simultaneously. No single chart gives you that. Now let's scroll down to the average deviation power. This is the core of how our platform reads the market. In simple terms, a DP measures how far, on average, the assets in your watch list have deviated from their moving average, and it aggregates that across your entire list. So instead of looking at one coin and guessing whether it's extended, you're seeing how the whole market is leaning, expressed as a single percentage. When ADP pushes high into green territory, the market as a whole has stretched above its averages. Momentum is strong, but the further it stretches, the tighter the rubber band gets. When it drops deep into red, the opposite, the market has been sold off hard relative to its norms. The practical read is straightforward. Extreme readings in either direction tell you the market is overextended. Those moves don't last. Moderate readings with a clear direction tell you there's a trend with room to run. And when ADP hovers near zero, the market is in equilibrium. Balanced, waiting for a catalyst. Each segment you see corresponds to one time frame from your list. The progress bar below each value shows how much time is left before the current candle closes, so you always know whether you're looking at a confirmed value or one still in progress. Right on the side of ADP, you'll find trend dominance. If ADP tells you how far the market has deviated from its average, trend dominance tells you how broad the move actually is. Specifically, trend dominance shows what percentage of the assets in your watch list are currently trading above their moving average on a given time frame. Above 50%, most of the market is in an uptrend. Below 50, most of it is in a downtrend. Above 80 is a strong broad rally. Below 20 is a broad sell-off. Now here's where it gets interesting. Just below the individual ADP and TD sections, you'll see the dual comparison view. This overlays both indicators on the same chart so you can spot divergence directly. Here's why this matters. In combination with ADP, say average deviation power is running strong, looks bullish, but if trend dominance is barely moving, that means only a handful of heavyweight assets are pulling the average up, while most of the market is sitting out. That's a narrow rally, not a healthy one. Real moves have participation. The two indicators together tell you whether a move has the whole market behind it, or whether it's just a few names doing the heavy lifting. When ADP and TD are moving together, both climbing, both falling, the market is behaving consistently. The trend is what it looks like. But when they diverge, say ADP is pushing higher, while TD is flat or fading, that's a warning sign. Deviation is growing, but market breadth isn't following. Something's off, and it's worth noting before you act. Now there's a toggle here called Repeat Timeframes. When you switch it on, the comparison mode changes. Instead of showing average deviation power versus trend dominance, you can now overlay two different timeframes of the same indicator against each other. So you could stack the 5-minute ADP on top of the 15-minute ADP. For example, this is particularly useful for spotting when short-term momentum is diverging from medium-term momentum, which is exactly what tends to happen at turning points. Now before we move on, take a look at those small chart windows next to each ADP value. They're not decoration. Each one shows you the ADP history for that time frame over the most recent window of candles. And once you understand the math, they become genuinely useful at a glance. Here's how to read them. The 1-minute chart shows you roughly the last 50 minutes, just under an hour. The 3-minute shows the last 2.5 hours. The 5-minute gives you approximately the last 4 hours. And the 15-minute is almost exactly the last 12 hours. Moving up, the 1-hour chart covers just over 2 days. The 2-hour shows roughly 4 days. The 4-hour gives you about 8 days, a solid week plus window. And the 12-hour spans approximately 25 days, essentially the last month of market behavior. So at a glance, without clicking anything, you can see what the market has been doing on the 1 minute over the last hour, what it's been doing on the 4-hour over the last week, and what the monthly picture looks like on the 12-hour, all simultaneously. That context changes how you read the current value sitting next to it. Let's move over to the symbol page. This is your deep dive multi-time frame view for the whole market or for a specific asset. Here you stack multiple time frames vertically, one on top of another, all sharing the same time axis. Each lane is one time frame, showing ADP over time. Green above 0 means the market was above its average, red below means the opposite. Reading top to bottom, you move from shorter to longer time frames. It's like having 6 charts open at once, but synchronized and clean. You can select timeframes manually for full control, or use the presets, minutes, hours, days, to load a logical set in one click. There's also a vertical lines button that lets you drop a marker across all lanes simultaneously. This is useful when you want to anchor a specific moment in time and see how it played out across every time frame at once, for historical analysis or before a trade. Up at the top, the drop-down lets you switch between 3 views: ADP, averaged across your whole watch list, TD for the whole market, or any individual coin from your list. So this page works both as a macro lens and a micro lens depending on what you need. Now let's talk about the screener. This is where you go from watching the market to actually finding trade candidates. The screener is a real-time table showing every asset in your active list, sorted and filtered by the metrics we just covered: deviation power, duration, EMA position, volume, and more. You set your conditions, and the list narrows down to exactly what matches. As market conditions shift, the list updates real-time. It's not a static scan, it's a living filter. Let me walk you through the key controls quickly. You can filter by any time frame in your list. The EMA column shows green if the asset is above its moving average, red if it's below. DP shows the percentage deviation, how far it's stretched. DUR or duration shows how many consecutive candles it's been holding that position. DP plus DUR combined finds assets that have both moved hard and held it. That's usually where the cleanest setups are. You can also sort by volume, group assets by sector using the Groups button, assign and filter by color tags, and pin specific assets to the top of the list. If you want to exclude a coin from group orders without removing it from your list, hit block on the left. It stays visible for analysis but won't be selected for automated execution. Let me show you how I'd actually use this to find a trade. Say I'm looking for a pullback entry within an uptrend. Here's the logic. I want the higher time frames: 12 hour, 4 hour, 2 hour, all showing price above the moving average. That confirms the primary trend is up. Then on the 5-minute chart, I want DP in the red, meaning there's a short-term pullback happening right now. That's the setup forming. So I set those filters: 12 hour above moving average, 4 hour above, 2 hour above, and 5-minute DP red. Now I've got a short list of coins that are in a confirmed uptrend on the higher time frames, but pulling back on the shorter one. If I want to be even more precise, if I want to catch the actual moment the pullback ends and price starts turning back up, I can add one more filter, 1 minute above EMA. That tells me the very shortest time frame has already started recovering. I'm not catching a falling knife, I'm stepping in as it bounces. Now, see those color tabs? Those are your custom lists. You can rename any of them by clicking the pencil icon. Let's call this one Work List Today. We'll use it again when we get to the group order. When a coin from this filtered view catches your eye, click on it. The chart opens and you can see exactly how it's interacting with its moving average across timeframes. If you like what you see, you can add it to your color-coded list for tracking, or go straight into placing an order. Let's place a single order. Click on a coin from the screener and navigate to the Orders tab. For a single order, choose Single in these options. The Smart option is for group orders, which we'll get to. Your selected coin is already filled in. Pick your direction, long or short. Set your leverage. Enter your position size. You can type in a dollar amount or use the drop-down to select a percentage of your deposit. Set your stop loss and take profit, both as a percentage of the position. When you're ready, hit the button to open the trade. That's it, you're in. The position appears in your Open Positions tab. From there you can average in. Say you want to add another 50% to the position as it develops, or close it entirely. Once closed, it moves to your trade history, where you can review the full life cycle. One more thing, while we're here, you'll notice a TSS reading for each asset in the terminal. TSS stands for Trend Strength Score. It's a weighted average of how far an asset has deviated from its moving average across all time frames, with more weight given to the higher ones. A positive TSS means the multi-time frame structure is bullish. The higher the number, the stronger and more consistent the trend. Negative means bearish. And near zero means no clear bias. It's a quick sanity check before you commit to a direction on any specific coin. Before we move to group orders, there's one more thing worth setting up, and a lot of traders skip it until they've had a bad day. Don't be that trader. In the Terminal tab, you'll see a Risk Management section. Click on it and hit Configure. You'll see two options. Pick one of the pre-built templates, conservative, moderate, aggressive. Or build your own by clicking Create a template. The rules here operate at the system level. When a rule is triggered, the order is blocked, not warned about. Blocked. Things like requiring a stop loss on every trade, capping your daily loss as a percentage of your deposit, limiting how many positions can be open at once, or restricting entries based on market-wide ADP and trend dominance conditions. We won't go through every rule here. There's a full breakdown in our documentation and FAQ. But the core idea is this: set your rules once when you're thinking clearly and let them enforce discipline when the market is moving fast and you're not. It's one of the most underrated features on the platform. Now let's get into the group orders. This is where our platform really shines. A group order opens multiple positions simultaneously across a filtered basket of assets in a single click. But to do that well, you need to prepare your list properly. So let's go back to the screener. First, let's clean up the universe. Set the volume filter to above 15 million, liquid assets only, and click Apply. Now select all the remaining coins. There's a Select All button just above the list, and assign them to the Worklist Today list we created earlier. Make that list active so everything we do from here runs inside it. Now comes the filtering. We need to remove outliers, assets that have deviated too far in either direction, because for a group order, extreme readings work against you. Here's the process. Start on the 12-hour time frame, filter by DP green, scan the list for values that are way above the rest, those extreme outliers at the top. Hit the block button on the left to exclude them from trades. Now switch to the 4-hour column and repeat. Some will already be blocked from the previous step. That's fine, just continue. Then do the same on the 2-hour column. Now go back to the 12-hour column, but this time filter by DP red. Same process, find the extreme outliers on the downside and block them. 4-hour time frame, repeat. 2-hour column, same idea. What we've done is trim both tails. We've removed the coins that are running too hot or dropping too hard, leaving us with a balanced, middle-of-the-field list that's ready to trade in either direction at any moment. Let me explain why we filtered it that way, because this is the core of how EMAMA thinks about the market. Different time frames answer different questions before a trade. The higher time frames, 12-hour, daily, 3-day, answer where? Where is the market heading overall? What's the macro trend right now? The middle time frames, 4-hour and 2-hour, answer who? Which specific assets are best positioned within that trend? These are the time frames that actually carry the weight when the market moves in the direction of the higher frames. They're more stable than the short ones, and they're the ones we build our trades around. And the short time frames, 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, answer when? When is the right moment to pull the trigger? So when we built that list, we used the 12-hour to confirm direction, the 4-hour and 2-hour to identify candidates, and we'll use the shorter time frames for entry timing when needed. That's multi-time frame analysis in practice, and it's exactly the dependency structure you can visualize on the symbol page. These all are our observations from working with the system. You are free to experiment and find what works for your style, but this framework is a solid starting point. So, your list is ready, let's execute. Head to the Terminal tab. You'll see a toggle on the left side of the panel, switch it to Smart. That activates group order mode. Pick your trade direction, long or short. Now fill in the details. Tag, select work list today, the one we just prepared. Frame, your time frame for candidate selection, 2 hour or 4 hour, your call based on what you saw on the screener. Type, a diamond set this to deviation power. This ranks candidates by how far they've deviated from their moving average on your chosen time frame. Condition, for long positions, use ascending. This selects assets that have deviated to the downside, meaning they have room to run upward. For short positions, use descending, assets that have deviated the most to the upside, meaning they have room to drop. That's exactly why we blocked the extreme outliers on both sides. Your list is now clean and ready for either direction at any moment. You can also switch type to duration, DP plus duration, or value. If you pick a value option, you'll enter a specific threshold and choose above or below. The system then selects candidates that meet that exact condition. Max orders, how many positions the group will contain. Let's use 25 for this example. You can start with 10 if you're newer to this, or go up to 50 if you're comfortable. Leverage. Here's an important thing. The leverage you set here is relative to your total deposit, not applied identically to each coin. The system opens each position at the maximum leverage available for that asset on the exchange, but it calculates position sizes, so your total exposure stays within the leverage limit you've set. You get optimal margin efficiency on each individual asset while keeping your overall risk controlled. Let's set it to 25. Volume, the size of each individual position, with leverage already factored in. Let's say $40 per position. Stop loss and take profit. Calculate these based on current conditions. For this example, let's use 5% each. Now let's do the quick math. $40 per position times 25 positions, that's $1,000 in total exposure. With a 5% stop loss, if every single trade in the group hits its stop at the same time, your maximum loss is $50, 5% of your account. But for the entire group to stop out simultaneously, you'd need to be seriously wrong about the market direction. If you follow the filtering process, that scenario is unlikely. Hit that button at the bottom, and your group order opens. Your group order now appears in Open Positions tab, listed as a group with a number. Hover over it to see the group parameters at a glance. Click the plus icon to expand it and see every individual position inside. From here, you've got 3 management options. Add averages into the group. You can increase each position by a percentage if the market is moving in your favor and you want to press the advantage, or scale in on a dip. You can apply this to the whole group at once, just the profitable positions, just the losing ones, or filter by long or short. Reduce BQ partially closes positions. Use this to lock in partial profits while letting the rest of the trade run. Same filtering options, whole group, winners only, losers only, and by direction. And you can close the entire group at once, with options for all positions, only profitable, only losing, only longs, and only shorts. Once a group is closed, it moves to your trade history. Click on it there, and the chart above will show you exactly where you entered, where you averaged in, and where you exited, marked as open, add, and close. It's a clean visual record of the entire trade from start to finish. One more thing before we wrap up. If you don't want to sit in front of the screen waiting for setups, you don't have to. Our platform has a full notification system. You can set alerts based on market-wide conditions. When ADP or trend dominance hitting a threshold, crossing a level, entering a range. Or you can set alerts on individual coins from your list using EMA deviation and duration conditions. Alerts can be delivered in browser or straight to your Telegram. Set them once and the platform monitors the market for you. We won't go deep on configuration here. It's all covered in detail in our documentation and FAQ. But it's worth setting up once you're comfortable with the platform. it changes how you work with it significantly. Now let's look at the stats page. This is where you review your performance, and this is honestly where the real improvement happens. Start with the equity curve at the top. Before you read any individual number, look at the shape. Is it trending cleanly upward with controlled dips, or is it choppy, flat, recovering from deep holes? The shape tells you more at a glance than any single metric. Then look at a few key numbers. Risk reward. Are your average wins bigger than your average losses? Anything below 1 means you're losing more per losing trade than you're making per winner. Capital efficiency. Profit per $100 of volume rotated. This tells you if your strategy is actually generating return on capital, not just turnover. ECR, the composite score across efficiency, consistency, and drawdown control. Think of it as a single health check on your strategy. If it's improving over time, you're getting sharper. If it's declining, something has shifted. Kelly percent tells you if your historical edge is real and how your current sizing compares to the mathematically optimal fraction. Positive Kelly means there's a measurable edge. 0 or negative means the math says stop. You can slice your stats by time period, by position type, single versus group, or by direction. The data is all there. If you want the full breakdown of every metric on this page, and there are quite a few, it's all documented in our FAQ and knowledge base. But the workflow is simple. Trade, review, adjust, repeat. The stats page is your feedback loop. Now, you may have noticed at the start of this section I switched over to my personal trading account. That's intentional. The demo account we created at the beginning of this walkthrough is clean and empty. There's nothing to look at there yet. So let me show you what this actually looks like with real numbers behind it. What you are seeing here is my account after just under a year and a half of trading through EMAMA. These are the results the platform helped me get to. Let's jump over to the terminal tab for a second. Take a look at the positions, 128 group orders total. That's roughly 2 trades a week. On my main account I don't rush it. I wait for conviction, I wait for the setup to be clean, and then I act. Quality over frequency. And as I mentioned earlier, you can click on any closed position and pull it up on the chart. Entry, average in points, exit. The full picture right there. Now let me show you something on the exchange side. We'll hop over to Bybit quickly. One thing worth knowing, on the exchange itself, your positions show up individually. Bybit and Binance don't have a concept of group orders. They just see a list of separate positions. So don't be surprised when you open your exchange account and see 50 individual entries instead of one group. That's normal. Our platform handles the grouping. The exchange just executes. For statistics, the exchange will show you the last 180 days by their own limitations. That's just a platform restriction. But the overall P&L graph shows the full history. And since we're here, let me walk you through mine. I started in January 2025 with a 10,000 deposit. By the end of November, just under a year in, I'd made an additional 60,000 on top of that. Then I took a break over the holidays, came back in February, hit my peak, and then, riding that momentum a little too confidently, I gave back just over 15,000. March was recovery mode. I'm telling you this not to soften the numbers, but because it's the honest version. Risk management isn't a feature you configure once and forget. It's the difference between staying in the game and having to start over. When I was disciplined, the results were there. When I got loose, the market reminded me why the rules exist. That's the real picture. Now, back to the walkthrough. Alright, let's now recap what we covered. We built a watch list from a template, set up a demo account, and walked through every major tool. Birch matrix for minute-by-minute state tracking across all time frames. Average deviation power for measuring market-wide deviation and momentum. Trend dominance for reading market breadth. The symbol page for deep multi-time frame analysis. The screener for filtering and finding setups. risk management for building in system level discipline, and both single and group order flows from setup through to post-trade review. The key thing to take away is this: EMAMA isn't another charting platform. It's a decision support system. The indicators, the screener, the filtering process, they're all designed to help you answer 3 questions before every trade. Where is the market going? Which assets are best positioned within that move? And when is the right moment to act? Start with the demo account. Run through the process a few times. Build your lists, place some group orders, check your stats. Once the workflow feels natural, you'll know you're ready for the live market. If anything's unclear, our full documentation covers every feature in detail, and the FAQ is there for quick answers. Links to everything are in the description. Thanks for watching, and welcome to EMAMA, the next generation platform, where prices are not in use anymore,